Boop. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, December the 29th, 2020, and our daily Bible readings for today are Psalm 148, Isaiah 49, 5 through 15, Matthew 12, 46 through 50, and then I'm going to look at Isaiah 49, 5, 49, 5 through 15, rather. And we're going to talk about this kind of light duty job, right? That God was asking his servant to do, like nothing big. It's not like it was a big job or anything. So this section in Isaiah is about God's plans for his servant. There's a few verses that weren't included in today's reading. I'm just going to go ahead and read them. And this is from Robert Alter's translation. And it says, "Hear me, O coastlands, and listen, faraway nations. The Lord called me forth from the womb. From my mother's belly he invoked my name, and he made my mouth a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand he hid me, and he made me a well-honed arrow. In his quiver he sheltered me, and he said to me, You are my servant, Israel, in whom I glory. And I had thought, In vain have I toiled for naught, yet for mere breath my strength have I sapped. Yet my cause is with the Lord, and my wages with my God." And this is where we pick up. "And now the Lord has said, My fashioner from the womb as a servant to him, to bring back Jacob to him, and Israel shall be gathered to him, and I shall be honored in the eyes of the Lord, and my God shall be my strength. And he said, It is too little a thing that you are my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and bring back Israel's survivor." So this is all about Isaiah talking about the recovery of Jacob, the servant's job, and this is the servant speaking. The servant's job is to recover Jacob for God, to recover Israel for God, to restore them to his presence. And this in itself that's a big job, right? They'd been punished, they've been taken out of the land by, foreign forces, they're held captive. And this in itself was enough. It would be amazing in the eyes of the world, a cosmic struggle, right, played out in the world. And that's as Alter says in his notes on this text. One of the great things about, I guess, putting together your own translation of the Bible is you make a lot of notes in the process, and this is one of the handy things about his translation. As Alter says, that the I can't read my own writing, sorry. The unheard of act of bringing the exiled people of Israel back to its land is imagined as taking place in a cosmic arena. And so this isn't just a little job. It's not like, God went down to the job bank and got somebody that was waiting around for a job and said, I need you to, do this. No, this is a cosmic plan and a cosmic struggle and a cosmic battle that's going to be played out on the earth and in the in front of all the nations, and it's a big deal. And this is something that everybody's going to notice and take note of, because as Alter says, this is unheard of, right? But wait, that's not enough. It's God's perspective on this is that it's not enough duty for God to achieve through his mighty servant. This is not a big enough job for him to put in this person's hands, right? It's as the NRSV says, the text that if you follow the link that's on our DBR post today, that's going to take you to an NRSV, New Revised Standard Version. It says, "too light a duty," right? So he says, "It is too light a thing that you should be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and restore the survivors of Israel." Alter's translation, he says, "too little a thing." So God's like talking about this huge cosmic quest that he's sending his servant on, this person that he has called forth from his mother's womb, that he's had these plans for since he was in his mother's belly. I hope you understand where this is going. It is Christmas time. And he looks at this job he set him forth to do, and he goes, you know what? That's not enough. That's kind of light duty, if you ask me. I'm going to give you something else to do. And so he adds on this other thing. He says, I shall make you a light for the nations, that my rescue reach the end of the earth. And once again, that's all church translation. The New Revised Standard Version says, I will give you as a light to the nations, that my salvation may reach to the end of the earth. And so not only is the servant supposed to go forth into the world and call back all the scattered tribes of Israel, all the lost members of Judah, and find them at the ends of the earth and restore them to God, but he's supposed to make this whole thing is going to be a light to the Gentiles as well, and that they're going to be incorporated into this rescue, into this salvation, so that they can be restored to God. It's Christmas time. That light has come into the world. That's why we get so hepped up for Advent. That's why we're waiting for those 4 weeks for Christmas Eve to finally come, when that light comes into the world and that rescue mission begins. That not light thing, that huge duty of restoring God's people to him. And you and I are beneficiaries of that. So it's Christmas time, right? I know you all think it ended like, I don't know, after you opened presents on Friday morning, but Christmas goes on. We're still in Christmas. Actually, the real season of Christmas lasts until what we call Epiphany. So it's 12 days after Christmas. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Anyway, but the work is just beginning. The real work of Christmas has just begun. Anyway, that's the DBR for today. Go forth, have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Boop.